Well, the Blonde Bimbo is truly on top form at the moment. That was Luc Floreani's single, Don't Give Up, that we played in there.
And by some magical process, because you know earlier on when we were saying Boyzone had somehow manifested themselves in the studio just by playing their song, it's actually happened. We've got him in the studio, it's Luc Floreani.
Welcome.
Right, welcome.
Hello. Good morning. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, actually. It's exciting to be here.
Yeah.
So thanks.
That was brilliant as well, because I didn't realise that was your song playing, because I'd run off. I went off for professional toilet, and I came back, and then I just talked over his track. I was just like, it's like, well, nice to meet you, blah blah. And I was just like in the background, it's like, yes, my masterwork is actually playing as we speak.
Please, if you don't mind.
I'd like to.
No problems at all.
Well, what about a bit of an introduction? I mean, we're so lucky to have you. You've been working with some great artists at the moment, singer-songwriter from Australia, is that right?
That's correct.
Where particularly do you...
Alice Springs.
Alice Springs?
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
I grew up on a large property in central Australia.
Balancing on the top of Ayers Rock.
Not far from Ayers Rock.
There we go.
Which is...
Is that a stone throw?
I often joke about the first gig I did here in London with the label had more people at it than lived in Alice Springs. Live in Alice Springs. So yes, it's been good.
Brilliant, and you've obviously worked with some incredible people and a range of very diverse sort of acts, haven't you?
Yeah, I was looking at that. They kind of vary. So you've got tracks on Kylie Minogue's new album, is that right?
We've got tracks with Kylie's new album.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for that confirmation.
Yeah.
But we've worked with Jack Bruce from Cream. That was a bit of a legend of mine.
Yeah.
I remember calling home and saying to Mum and Dad, like, "Oh my God, guess who I'm working with?" And then I did a duet recently with Rolf Harris.
Yeah, no, that's
so cool.
That's definitely one of the more eclectic things.
He is such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He's got more energy than all of us, even more energy than you this morning with all your coffee going on. Just incredible. That was actually pretty hard to keep it all together, because that's a proper icon.
Does he? I mean, it's obviously questions you'll probably ask, but with Rolf Harris, does he actually always carry around a large piece of cardboard at any given time?
Not a large piece of cardboard, but he sings all the time.
He sings all the time.
So we'll be sitting at dinner, we catch up a few times. I've caught up a few times now, and he's like, "Look, come on, sing with me, here we go." It cracks me up. Yeah, that's right.
I wonder what he sounds like after he's been for a run. I mean, that must be like... And also, because he did this fantastic thing when we used to have this show called Rolf's Cartoon Club, and he'd be like, "Rolf's Cartoon Club, see you next week." And I just thought, that's just like a nervous tick. It's just the longest one I've ever seen.
He is like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what.
Hyperactive in a great way.
Flat out, and then he's like, "Oh no, I got a pair of sticks here. Let's go." And then there's a didgeridoo, and then there's a board, and then it just never stops.
But I was going to ask, like, as coming from like a singer background, what do you think of all these reality shows? I mean, the music industry is just so different now. The songs that you hear on the radio are mainly people who've been on X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, and stuff. Does that spoil it for people that try and do it the sort of old-fashioned way, if you want to put it like that? Do you get annoyed?
No, I don't. I think any way you can make it in the music industry is a good way, because there's no proven way. Like, if you think, I remember hearing that George Michael was discovered as a 16-year-old act singing in a club somewhere. And so his shot to fame was, and obviously very good.
Rod Stewart was busking as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, so and then you've got a whole range of artists that had that rapid, got discovered, and did the so it happened before, but the A&R agents were out doing it. Nowadays, my only fear is that you so nearly get it, and you get all the fame, but really it's only the top 2 or 3 that win. And then what does everybody else do?
Exactly.
And like I'm working with some of the X Factor contestants at the moment on new material. A lot of them are very good singers, so they already have their craft. They know the structure. They know how it works. So this is a good platform for them. But the ones that maybe have got natural talent and have never done any work towards it, they're a bit lost, because they've sort of got this fame, but They don't have the stage craft.
Well, I mean, totally. You need to really work at it, and it's got. I mean, there are obviously different ways of doing it. But for example, in stand-up comedy, there's a lot of people who like it overnight sort of success.
I actually watched some of your.
Oh, did you?
I did.
There we go. Thank you, YouTube.
Mate, YouTube's a great thing.
I didn't see you lurking at the back anywhere, so I'm figuring it's YouTube.
Brooke Ed, riding through the glen.
And obviously, with films and stuff, you're off to Cannes in May.
Well, I am. We've got 2 films going to Cannes. So we've got, 2 films going to Cannes in May. So I'll be out there. Hence my fitness regime. At the moment.
I think it's interesting because I did running and all this sort of stuff for a while, and
I did.
I know, but once
I did run once. Nice.
Run to the bus. I think the one problem I always found was that people would always say, because I worked something out about exercise, because people used to say, if you exercise, if you go running afterwards, you feel brilliant. I mean, you feel great, and there's a reason, right? Because basically, when I'm running along, like for miles and miles, I'm like, this is horrible, this is agony, oh god. So when I'm stopped,
were you there yesterday? Because that's exactly what I was saying.
Exactly. So when I stop, of course it's going to feel great. It's like if someone keeps punching me in the stomach, right? Once they stop, it's going to feel great. But it's just relief. It's called.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, yes, as I said yesterday, we started our first training session. It was awful.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish, there was no fun in it. Like when you have a coffee, the beginning of the coffee, the middle of the coffee, and the end of the coffee is all good, and the muffin. No, this was just awful. And I woke up this morning. I'm still in pain now, and no. So not having it.
No, it's.
Did you need to work out? Now, a little birdie told me that you need to do a little bit of training because you've got a bit of a nude scene going on in this film.
Oh no. Okay.
Was this little bird is obscene. Who is this little bird? Hey, guess what? Oh, get off my shoulder, you weird sparrow.
It was the funniest thing because obviously, in this part of the film, you're laying in bed. I'm laying in bed and I have a nightmare, and so I sort of got to hop out of bed, walk across a room of like probably 6 or 8 meters, and go into the bathroom. But I'm stark naked.
Right.
So.
Sorry.
It gets worse. It gets so. Oh god.
Brooke's going into meltdown. This always happens. Hey, Brooke, Willie. Yeah.
Oh, so you're allowed to say that? Okay, well I can tell you about that bit.
Okay, great.
So basically, you've got to get up and walk across the room, and you've got 20 people or so. So it was supposed to be a closed set, but I'm sure everyone's like, no, that's fine. Bring your lunch in. Come on, everyone, come and watch.
Bring your lunch.
You've got to walk across
Bring your
the
lunch
room.
box as well.
Walk across the room, but seriously, if you're going to be in the nude, do you clinch?
Yeah.
Your butt cheeks, or do you sort of swagger across the room? What do you do? So,
swagger.
I don't know. So it's like, do you try and walk on your tiptoes and sort of like, so it was awful.
Do you stride like an elephant?
Yeah, that's right.
Side to side.
And then you want to make sure. Yeah, and then that's a whole nother issue. It's like Anyway, so
couldn't you wear flesh-coloured pants or something like that? Isn't that allowed?
No. Stark naked, and then you've got 20 people, and you know exactly where they're all looking, don't you? Like no one's going to be discreet about it. And it's like lighting, and then
exactly.
And then someone says,
"Can we have a zoom in? No further, closer. No, he's not embarrassed enough. Closer."
I was going to say a wide angle, where I was heading, but thanks for that.
I always like to be seen in 16:9. I mean, that's on a film screen, with nothing next to it. I don't want any perspective,
Well,
what is that monster?
And then you do, oh my god, look at that! No,
this is the Loch Ness. That's when I do backstroke.
And then you get, then you have that, and you just get comfortable being nude in front of these 20 people because you're the only one that's naked. So of course everyone's going to go, well, let's check it out. And then they go makeup, left butt cheek, and you're like, what's wrong? Have I got a blemish? Now I've got to be conscious about the back and the front.
They don't use eyeliner, do they?
The Brooke Ed Show.
Is this available? You've got a book, haven't you? There's a book. It's called Luc Floreani. It's written on paper, and it's a book of his lyrics. If you go to the website www.lucfloreani.com, you'll probably be able to get it from there. And there'll be more information on Luc and all the stuff he's doing, all his projects, and all his gigs. So get onto www.lucfloreani.com. Brilliant. And we'll put a link on that for our Brooke Ed Show on Facebook.
Guys, thanks for inviting me. It's been great.
Yeah, you've been fantastic, guest. Thank you.
How can I feel like this?